Do you know something interesting, right? I just remember this thing now. I watched a video and I'm like, wow. So a lot of ladies actually have a trick now that they use now in checking your phone. So if
Okay.
you like, yeah, I was like, wow. So what it do? I don't know. I mean, obviously I haven't tested it, right? So
Uh-huh.
you are supposed to take a picture of your of the person you want to, um, unlock their phone. Make it on iPhone actually. So you take a what's it called, a live photo. So when you take a live photo, when you
It
hold the
moves.
image, it moves. So then you make sure it's the frontal image. So when you have that, so you take your phone, then you can
You
then
can do that
like
more.
do that move
Oh.
facing two phones and it unlocks. And a lot of people say, yeah, it's legit that it works. I'm like, wow.
Wow. Wow. That's
That's
interesting. I
mental,
mean,
bro.
that's just crazy. That's just crazy. That's crazy. So people are going to that length. They really like, oh yeah, I need to. Wow, just because you want to
Yeah.
go through the phone, and then when you go through the phone, so what?
Yeah.
Eh?
Either they see it, they don't see it, then what you don't know.
And then you feel
Yeah.
better. Yeah, but so let's say I check the phone, I don't see anything, I feel better, but I'm still calling at times that I expect that they should be able to pick, and they're still not picking. So what? I just trust that nothing is happening. Like,
Then they'll probably
what?
move on to your next strategy then. Like
And what
maybe
would be the
then they
next
will
strategy?
to then
I a
still
private
do what you said.
investigator.
No, because me, you could do that. You could do that. I mean, if you have the money, it's not just yeah.
Because I mean, it's again the people that don't have the balls to do the questioning in the first instance.
Yeah.
Because again, it shouldn't be
Yeah.
the second bit. Like clarity in communication is very important in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that should be the first approach in any situation. Let's talk about it. And when you talk about things with people, coherence and logic will always allow you to find areas where they are being less than
Yeah,
honest.
you're missing a very important point also. I feel like another reason why, because now that you mentioned something, you already know what you mentioned. Like I'm thinking about a situation in my life in the past that I've avoided this sort of um, talk,
Direct
and I'm
confrontation.
thinking what happened then. Yeah, because I didn't necessarily lack the the courage to have those kind of discussion. I know where I stand with that, but I lacked the skill to be able to have a peaceful communication of such, if that makes sense. So
I
it's
know what you
like the
mean.
only way in my head to have that kind of conversation is it's going to be really hot. So having to be
And you wanted
calm
to avoid
and
disagreement.
and get the result, yeah, was quite challenging. And I'm like, that's also something maybe a lot of people don't have that they will
Yeah,
go the other
it's
way.
absolutely a skill to be able to have. So one thing is that of course confrontation is fine in any sort of relationship and engagement, but it's also absolutely a skill to stay respectful and to stay
Calm. Yeah.
non-judgmental. Yeah, to
Yeah.
focus on the fact. Like I'm not making a judgment now. I'm not making a conclusion. Okay, what I'm just saying is why did I call at the time and you didn't pick? And then you can say I was sleeping. All right, cool. Good.
Yeah.
But then if you're sleeping every fucking day for the next 5 days, what happened? Or why did you not return the call once you woke up? Like, like there are ways
Yeah.
to go with the questioning, and you have to believe that, okay, if you say that that's what's happening, okay, cool, then I trust you. I trust that that's what's happening. I think it's very difficult to manage when you're lying. It's very difficult. Um, but some people are super good anyways. Yeah, you might still be in the shadows, or you might still be in darkness. But when you know, you
Yeah.
will know, and you will make your choice. Um,
Exactly.
and some of these things, it's just a question of the moment you start feeling that way, anyways, just get the fuck out. I don't know, man. I might be too cynical
100%.
in
I
that
feel like,
regard. I might,
nah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like, yeah, the best route actually. The moment I'm almost convinced when you start feeling like that strongly, there are times, and you also need to trust your instinct when it comes because you might not be able to tell when you are just feeling off or when there is really something there. But if you really trust how you feel, your instinct in this regard,
Yeah.
almost always you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the time, right? And you should probably just act and save yourself. Now, I think there's a perfect lead up to the next topic. So we will do a little bit of social commentary as well on a particular topic or one or two topics that have been trending in this last week. And there's a perfect lead up because we were just talking about checking your partner's phone, and you mentioned that our mobile phone is now an extension of us and carries the deepest secrets that you hold as a human being today. Um, it really leads up to the story of Lil Durk. Lil Durk is an American rapper. It was actually in Power, and the funny thing is, I just finished Power season 4, and I saw him in there. It was, the cousin of the Tejadas. The Tejadas are like they're one of the main families in Power season 4. The Ghost, the Power
Oh,
Book
okay.
2
I haven't
Ghost, the
seen
one
that.
with the one with Tyreek. But no spoiler, anyways. Lil Durk was in there and was the cousin of the Tejadas, and he helped them in some uh let's say gang war ish, something like
Gang
that.
related stuff.
Exactly, exactly. Now, Liu Doc, a few things have happened to him lately. There was a friend of Liu Doc that died, King Von. I don't know if you remember, but King Von and Liu Doc, they were in the same record label, OTF. King Von was killed in 2022. I think as a retaliation, the person that killed King Von was killed as well. Now, fast forward to last week, Lil Durk was arrested at the airport and he has been charged with conspiracy and murder for hire. Now, it's very interesting because, yeah, it's very interesting because people feel like, yeah, he's going to get charged. And usually, this sort of cases, it's a criminal charge with minimum sentencing and all that stuff. So it looks like he might be going away for a long time. How did they find out that he was involved? Apparently, they reached out to Apple and they got access to his iCloud because Apple actually cooperates with law enforcement to get
Wow.
into your phones and whatever calls you're making and all that stuff. Apple actually cooperates. I mean, not just Apple. I don't think any of these and uh, telecommunication and mobile phone companies or digital companies have the choice. They will have to cooperate with law
Yeah.
enforcement when it comes to a very
Yeah.
serious investigation. So they cooperated. They got into Lil Doc's iCloud and they found a message that was going to the person that did it, and something like, "Don't book any flight with anything that is related to me." But this person still went on to book the flight with a credit card that was related to Lil Doc's
Wow.
label OTF. Yeah, so he has been captured for that. Before you make your comment about, because I'm a little bit interested in what your thoughts are about celebrities having these sort of dark secrets and getting involved in things that could throw them in jail forever. It just feels like there's no American celebrity that is not having something that could potentially end their life like this. Like, it's very few of them that don't have that kind of scenario. And I'm thinking, what are the type of people that Americans are making famous? Like, of course, they've got talent, but at the same time, you know. But before you make your comment on that, I want to add something on top of it, that there was someone else that died in a city that the mom of that person, I forgot the name of the guy now, but the mom, I think Donk or something, or Punk or something. But anyways, the mom of the guy was they raised a civil case against Lil Durk and his people and the entire music industry because they said that Lil Durk's music was one of the things that enraged people to kill that guy.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's like pushing it to be honest, but it's okay. But he has a civil case in that regards. Now, in the last week as well, he has been granted keys to two different cities, and there's been mixed opinions because they're saying, why are you granting keys to the city to someone that has a civil case like that? And then fast forward now,
Wow.
he has been charged for a criminal charge as well. He has been arrested for a criminal
Yeah.
charge as well. But he just got two keys to two different cities. Now, the mixed reaction is one side. Why is it this type of person that we're celebrating? Yeah. And the
Yeah.
other side is, but he's doing a lot of other good things in the society. I think he actually has a non-governmental organization where he actually supports people in the community. He also preaches, conversion to Islam, and is trying to move towards that religious, calm guy and all that stuff. How do you balance out someone with that past? How do you trust that their future, they're really becoming who they say they want to become? How do you balance out someone that has that kind of past or present or whatever, but still does a lot of good within their immediate community? Should they be respected for doing those good things? I mean, it's also similar to the question that you asked about Didi when we said, what about any philanthropic stuff that he has done? How do we balance that out? Is it a question of if you do 90% good and there's one strong 10% bad, that should overrule everything? Or is there a room for both of those things to be happening, to be celebrating someone for one thing on the one hand, and then on the other hand, how should you deal with that?